Welcome to Destination Flavor. Today we're in Yerevan, Armenia's capital, a city where ancient history and vibrant modern life meet on every street. Our mission? To dive into the heart of Armenian street food, tasting the flavors that define the city and meeting the people who make it special. Let's hit the streets and discover what makes Yerevan's food scene truly unforgettable. We're at Veris Market, Yerevan's bustling hub for art, crafts, and on weekends, mouth-watering street food. The air is alive with the scent of barbecue, fresh bread, and sweet pastries, while stalls overflow with pickled vegetables, dried fruits, and wheels of cheese. Lavash, Armenia's iconic flatbread, is everywhere, fresh, warm, and ready to wrap around anything delicious. Here, food is more than a meal, it's a celebration of community and tradition. Let's meet a local who knows this market inside out.
Excuse me, you must be Armen. I've heard so much about you from other travelers. Everyone says you're the person to know if you want to eat like a true local in Yerevan. I'm Adam. Thanks for showing me around. I've been looking forward to this food adventure since I landed. Adam, welcome to Yerevan. Vernissage is the heart of our weekends, and the food is the soul. This market is where families gather, friends meet, and the city's flavors come alive every Saturday and Sunday. I've been smelling everything for 10 minutes. My stomach's rumbling. The spices, the fresh bread, the sizzling meat. It's impossible not to get hungry just walking through here. What's your story? You sound a bit Aussie. I wasn't expecting that accent in the middle of Armenia. Good ear. I grew up in Sydney, but my heart and my grandparents' recipes were always here. Every summer I'd visit Armenia, and my grandmother would teach me how to make dolma, Corovats, and of course Lamjun. Those memories are what brought me back. My family's kitchen was always full of laughter, stories, and the smell of something delicious on the stove. I wanted to share that feeling with others, so I moved back to start a food tour business. Now, I get to introduce people from all over the world to the flavors and traditions that shaped me. There's nothing better than seeing someone's face light up when they try Armenian food for the first time. Food is the best way to understand a culture. Every dish tells a story about the land, the people, and the history. Where do we start? For your first taste, we have to try Lamjun. It's sometimes called Armenian pizza, but it's so much more than that. It's thin, crispy, topped with a spiced meat mixture, and baked to perfection. See that stall with the big oven? That's where the magic happens. The dough is rolled out by hand, the topping is spread with care, and it all goes into a wood-fired oven that's been used for generations. Lamjun, I've heard of it, but never from the source. Lead the way. I want to see how it's made and taste it fresh out of the oven. This is just the beginning. We've got a lot of eating to do. Let's beat the lunchtime rush and get the freshest Lamjun. I can't wait to discover what other surprises Armenian cuisine has in store for us today. At first glance, this looks a lot like pizza, but I can tell there's something special about it. I've heard so many stories about Lamjun. Can you tell me what makes it so legendary here in Armenia? Where did it come from? And why is it such a beloved street food? Lamjun literally means meat and dough in Armenian, and that's exactly what it is at its core. But there's so much more to it than just those two ingredients. It's a dish that's been passed down through generations, with each family adding their own twist and secrets to the recipe. The base is a paper-thin dough, almost translucent, and it's topped with a savory mixture of minced lamb or beef, ripe tomatoes, sweet peppers, and a generous handful of fresh herbs. The combination creates a flavor that's both rich and refreshing, with every bite offering a new layer of taste. What's really fascinating is that every Armenian family has their own unique spice blend. Some add a touch of cumin, others might use paprika or sumac, and a few even have secret ingredients that are closely guarded. These spices are what give each Lamjun its own personality and make every bite a little different depending on where you try it. Traditionally, Lamjun is baked in a toner, which is a deep cylindrical clay oven that's been used in Armenian cooking for centuries. The toner gets incredibly hot, and when the Lamjun goes in, the dough puffs up and crisps almost instantly, while the meat topping stays juicy and full of flavor. The result is a perfect balance. The base is crisp and golden, almost cracker-like, while the topping remains moist, tender, and packed with aromatic spices and herbs. It's a texture and flavor combination that's hard to find anywhere else. This ancient technique of baking in the toner is still alive today, connecting modern Armenians to their culinary roots. Takes a bite. Wow, you can really taste the history and tradition in every mouthful. The base is so crisp, almost shattering with each bite, while the lamb is rich, savory, and perfectly seasoned. The fresh herbs on top add a burst of brightness that lifts the whole dish. And then there's the lemon, just a quick squeeze over the top, and suddenly the flavors come alive. The acidity cuts through the richness of the meat, balancing everything out and making each bite even more addictive. The classic way to eat Lamjun is simple. Squeeze on some lemon, add a handful of fresh parsley, roll it up like a wrap, and enjoy it right there on the street. It's designed to be eaten on the go, making it the perfect snack for busy markets or a quick lunch. In many ways, Lamjun is the original fast food of Armenia. Vendors can serve them up in seconds, and people of all ages grab them as a quick, satisfying meal any time of day. Honestly, I could eat 5 of these without even thinking about it. They're light, flavorful, and so easy to love. But I have to pace myself. This is just the beginning of our Armenian food adventure. There's so much more to discover, so let's see what's next on the menu. After that, I need something sweet. What are these golden puffs?
Munchix, Armenia's answer to donuts. Soft, deep-fried dough filled with custard or jam, dusted with powdered sugar.
They're so light. What's the secret?
Double rising. The dough rises twice, making them airy and soft. They're a festival favorite, especially at Berkenden.
Takes a bite. That's pure joy. Light, creamy, not too sweet. Comfort food at its best.
If you like Munchix, try Munchix. Smaller, sometimes filled with chocolate. But the classic custard Munchix is king.
I could eat a dozen, but what's next?
Time for something savory and unique. Let's go.
I can taste the mountains in every bite. It's more than food. It's a cultural ritual. Remarkable. The bread lets the herbs shine. It's a celebration of the land and a tradition that connects families to nature. Tastes. It's so fresh. Citrusy, earthy, a little spicy, like eating a spring meadow. On a sage, a hot iron griddle. The dough is thin, filled, sealed, and cooked for a few minutes. No oil, just pure flavor. How's it cooked? Spinach, coriander, dill, wild greens like sorrel and curtum. The balance is key. No single herb dominates. 20 herbs, which ones? Jinyalov hats. Bread with herbs from Artsakh. Up to 20 wild and cultivated herbs, each adding a unique flavor. Armen, what's this green-filled flatbread? Armen, I've been waiting for this. Barbecue. There's something about the smell of meat grilling on the street that just draws you in. What makes Armenian Corovat so special compared to other barbecues around the world?
Corovats is our barbecue. An institution, really. It's not just a meal, it's a tradition that brings people together, whether it's a family picnic, a street festival, or just a quick bite on the go. The aroma alone is enough to make anyone hungry. Usually pork, sometimes lamb or chicken, marinated simply and grilled on metal skewers. The choice of meat can depend on the region or even the occasion, but pork is the classic favorite. Each skewer is carefully prepared, ensuring every piece is juicy and flavorful.
The marinade's simple, just salt, pepper, onions. No fancy sauces or complicated rubs.
Exactly. The onions tenderize and sweeten the meat. It's all about letting the natural flavors shine. The salt and pepper bring out the best in the meat, while the onions add a subtle sweetness and help keep everything tender and moist. Sometimes paprika or herbs, but simplicity is key. Some families have their own secret touches. Maybe a hint of sumac or a sprinkle of fresh parsley. But the heart of Corovats is always its simplicity and respect for the ingredients.
And it's cooked over wood coals. That must make a huge difference in the flavor, right?
Always. The smoke gives it that signature flavor. The wood, often fruit wood like apricot or cherry, infuses the meat with a subtle, sweet smokiness you just can't get from gas or electric grills. It's what makes Corovats unmistakable. The fat drips, the smoke rises, and the meat absorbs it all. Every bite is infused with that deep, smoky essence, and the charred edges add a perfect crunch. It's a sensory experience, sight, smell, and taste all at once.
Vendor wraps meat and lavash with onions. Here goes. Takes a bite. Wow. Tender, juicy, smoky, pure. The lavash soaks up the juices and the onions add a crisp bite. It's the perfect street food. Easy to eat but packed with flavor. The lavash and onions make it perfect. It's simple but every element has a purpose. The bread is soft and warm, the onions fresh and sharp, and together with the meat, it's a complete meal in your hands.
Corovats is more than food. It's a social event, a taste of celebration. Whether it's a wedding, a birthday, or just a sunny afternoon, Corovats brings people together. It's about sharing stories, making memories, and enjoying the moment.
I get it. This is barbecue perfection. It's not just the taste, it's the whole experience. I can see why people love it so much.
It's about gathering, sharing, and enjoying life. Every bite is a reminder of community and tradition, and every meal is a celebration, no matter how simple.
I could eat this every day. Honestly, I don't think I'd ever get tired of it. There's something magical about food that's made with such care and shared with such joy.
That's the spirit. Corovats isn't just a dish, it's a way of life here. It's about savoring the moment, connecting with others, and celebrating the simple pleasures of good food and good company.
Armin, what a day. So many flavors, so much culture. Thank you for being my guide.
My pleasure, Adam. Sharing our food is sharing our story.
Now, if you had to pick one, what's your favorite street food?
Jingyalov hats. It's healthy, unique, and connects me to my roots. More than a meal, it's identity.
A delicious story indeed. For me, Corovat stole the show. Simple, smoky, unforgettable.
Great choice. Sometimes the simplest things are the best. Food brings people together.
Any travel tips for food lovers in Yerevan?
Be curious and brave. Follow the locals, try new things, and don't be afraid to point and taste. Armenians are welcoming. Just say Berev and enjoy.
Perfect advice. Armin, thank you for an unforgettable day.
Thank you, Adam. Come back anytime.
That's a wrap from Yerevan's street food scene.
Thanks for joining us on Destination Flavor. See you next time.